Welcome to episode 15. In this video, or in this podcast wannabe thing, I'll probably have my headphones removed, but I'm rambling. This one we're going to talk about blizzcon. So, yeah.
Welcome to Bodconian's Guild Chat Podcast Wannabe with your host, Bodconian, the most hated gamer in the community pretending to be a host of this podcast. Be warned, the feelings you feel is real, or the feelings of being tired and sleepy. And now, your boring host, Bodconian.
I'm still not used to that. Hearing my voice through the ear thing is really weird. Well, welcome to this episode about, I totally forgot the number. I think it's episode 15. This one's going to be about blizzcon, the recap of it, talk about my experience on it. I don't need to have my headphones on because I'm not going to listen to myself. There's something going through my ears. Share with you my blizzcon opinions because things that I encountered when I was there, my experience and the whole shindig, just basically about blizzcon. That's all it's going to be about. So, and I guess I'm just going to continue with that because otherwise I'm going to repeat myself going into a complete cycle. I'm looking at it this time through the camera, not on the microphone, so I don't look at me sideways. So, blizzcon, for me going, was on several plans, okay? Because I wasn't going to go, number one. BlizzCon 2018 was not going to be a thing because me and my sister were going to move to Phoenix. And I was going to put all my resources, all my planning, my whole entire thing into moving to Phoenix. Now, when I prepare to go into BlizzCon like for 2019, I will spend every day thinking about it, how to make it a good, successful trip, what to expect, every nook and cranny. I mean, I have the details, I have the whole entire thing planned out. It takes me all year. So my whole resources, which is me mentally, is moving to Phoenix to get away from Panama City Beach, Florida. So my resources was into that. So during this process of planning, I thought about, well, what if BlizzCon could happen? It would be a random, just out of nowhere thing because I'm like, no, I need to focus on Phoenix. So out of the BlizzCon thinking, I came up with one little idea. I want to know how long it takes to drive in the car to get there and back. What is the highway system like? What is the road system like? So I will get into that in a second because the California highways numbers are all jacked up. Guys smoking crack, they don't know how to put signs up on there, and people getting lost trying to figure out where to go. And your GPS ain't helping you on where to go. So that's moving down the road. I'm trying to do this in chronological order here. So the first plan was a simple plan. I want to make sure I was recording. This is the microphone, but I thought it'd be cool to have it in there. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm breaking away from it. So the first plan was, well, what if we show up on either on a Wednesday, stay there through the evening, because DitchCon is one of the after parties that they have there, or the before parties? Or do we do Con Before the Storm on Thursday night, which is something that my sister loves doing? And I like doing Con Before the Storm. I like doing both. But we have to pick one or the two. And if I was to pick one of the two, it's going to be Con Before the Storm. Because all the meet and greets and being able to conversate with people without music interfering. Nothing wrong with the music, just that I'm there to communicate with the people, taking pictures in a well-lit room. Because in a dark room, and it's obviously, the DitchCon is like a dance little thing in one area, and the other area you're sitting down at the tables, but the lights are off. It's get the vibe of like a club setting. It's a real good setting. But if I had to pick one of the two, which one do I want to do? I would pick conversation and taking photos and taking videos in a dark room. Not going to happen. In a lit room, it's going to happen. So Calm Before the Storm was going to be the selected pick. I was only going to pick one night, come back home, then do the virtual ticket on Friday and Saturday. So I stuck with that idea all the way heading into Phoenix. While here in Phoenix, me and my sister's talking, and I'm coming up with some plans. Then the idea came, what if we did Wednesday and Thursday? Well, that means we have to leave at a specific time on Wednesday and on Thursday night, just so that we can drive back there. I mean, that's a pretty long drive, which is not a problem with both of us. The drive there and back is not an issue. So, and we knew it wasn't going to be an issue, especially when you're dealing with BlizzCon, coming back home from it, going back there, or coming back home, going back there, not really an issue. Other people, it's an issue, not an issue with me. So, that became an idea. Then I got to thinking, well, what if we get tickets? Ticket sales already been done past. But here's the thing, in past BlizzCons, it is so easy to get a ticket to go to BlizzCon than it is to get a hotel at BlizzCon. The hotels are the most difficult ones. That's the most stressful part. Anyone trying to go are going to disagree with me. People back out at the last second all the time. So the people that are going there with a group of people, there's some in that party that are not going, so now they have this extra ticket, so they do the name change with someone who wants it. So me and my sister, we thought about that. What if we decide to do that? Someone has an extra ticket. What if we get that extra ticket? So we communicated with some people on Facebook as an option. We're going to show up there and see how it plays out, see how everything goes, and go from there. Because the plan was, this is like just mere days before I was getting my vacation from work. We're going to drive out Wednesday, come back home at 6 p.m., drive back out, and on Thursday, come back home at 6 o'clock at night. But since we are going to try for a BlizzCon ticket, we're going to leave out on Wednesday and come back home on Sunday morning. That became the actual plan. So we were winging this. I don't wing anything. I'm always detailed planning. Now, a lot of my friends, and this one's key here for me mentally when I got there, because there was some things true colors came out. A lot of people didn't expect to see us show up. A lot of people. Word has it that Bod is not going to be at BlizzCon. So it was going to be a surprise visit. People ignored that me and my sister are going to show up Wednesday and Thursday. Everyone ignored that part. They took it as Bod's not going to be here. So that became the thing. Bod is not going to be here for BlizzCon, right? So How little do they know? So we show up. It's now Wednesday. We're there. So we parked the car at the Disney area. And that's like $20 for the day. But Disneyland closes, I think, 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So we had to come up with a plan for Friday morning. I wanted to. Because now I actually get to see the security stuff. They were putting the stuff up on Wednesday. The metal detectors were up. I think I did video of that. There was an entry and exit way over by the new area facing Disneyland. So there was exit points and entry points. So that's pretty good. I didn't think there was going to be because it was all going to be shielded off. But there were a lot of entry points to getting into BlizzCon. I was actually really surprised at that. I actually liked that. I thought there wasn't going to be, but there was. So now I'm jumping ahead again. So Wednesday, we're hanging out with people, at the Hilton. The Hilton at the center table is where everyone's going to be at, okay? I was getting looks from people that I I assumed had liked me. They didn't. You know when you're around people, you can just tell that, I don't know, this is something about a person's personality that they feel obligated that you're around. It's like, oh, hi. Like a look of disappointment because they see you. I got tons of those looks. Tons. It was like more negative than positive at this particular BlizzCon. It was very uncomfortable for me because this is the first time I felt it in a family-oriented area, visiting group event type thing. Words are not doing good right now. So, I don't know. It was, I hung out more at the table than I did in times past, where I would actually just walk around. Walking around, I was doing that, and it was more like, hi. They didn't want nothing to do with me. I would sit down. I'm only going to sit down for a few minutes, even though they sat there for a while, no one's around, sit down right beside them, don't want to have a conversation. All conversations was them. I was there listening because, I don't know, they felt like they were forced to have a conversation. They didn't want to have a conversation until I sat down. Now, anyone else, certain people, can have a conversation, can sit down, and everything is good. But if I'm sitting down, hi, I'm only going to be here for a few minutes. You could get that vibe. And I'm already in the motion, so I'm like, well, I'm just going to sit down for a few minutes myself, too. So I'll just sit down. So then they start talking really quick about whatever issues that they're having in their life. And they didn't want to have that conversation. So it was like very uncomfortable. And I'm thinking the whole time, man, I actually thought we were cool friends, man. I actually thought we were actually really good friends. Boy, was I wrong. So, heck, you can't even help people without getting looks. I'm like, I like to help set up parties. I like to help set up events. I like to volunteer to make the evening go smooth for for whoever is doing things to make things good. And it's like, I wish they would just come out and say it. Bod, can you please leave? We don't want you here. Instead of saying it on their face and faking it the whole entire time. Just be straight up honest. Yeah, I had a lot of those moments. So the cool highlight is when I was hanging out with the CTR Guild. I walked up where Jules and Sal was. I got gang tackled with a hug. Like, awesome. Great. I felt at home with CTR. I'm not saying that BlizzCon is bad in general. It's just I know how to find fake and real people really good just by showing up unannounced. And BlizzCon 2018 was showing up unannounced. CTR Guild was great. I could be around them, and I don't know everybody in CTR, so it's not like the entire guild's like, hey, it's Bob, because I'm not that extremely active in the guild. I don't communicate with a lot of people in the guild. That one's on me. It had nothing to do with the guild. I haven't really put myself out there to be introduced with the guild. I mean, the guild is pretty big. But the people that I do know, it was great. It was, wow, great conversation. They want to know what's going on with me. I want to know what's going on with them. I mean, it's a good roundhouse conversation, a dog conversation. It's not like, oh, we have to pretend to like Bob because we're at BlizzCon. We have to pretend here. Everyone else was doing it with me. Well, not everyone. Some people were doing it with me. But I was looking for Grand Nagus and Hawkeye. Those two guys are great to be around. Grand Nagus, I like talking with him about things. God, the guy's great to talk to. And he's from Germany, too. So I just wanted to be around him. Just because he's into Lady of Sylvanas, and rightfully so. So, anyhow, so that was the Wednesday thing. And me and my sister, we were going to do the DitchCon. DitchCon was great. It took me back to BlizzCon 2016, minus the lights being off, where you can sit down at the table. See, now with me, this is just me. You got the DJ in the other room. You have the wall, and there's two ways going in and out. I like to leave away from the music because the music can get annoying to me because it's not a club. It's not intended to be a club, but it's being turned into one. And I like how Bell puts that together to turn into a room, a ballroom, into a club room. Great skill in that. So I sat into the other room where the tables are because sometimes I want to sit down. I don't want to stand around and bob to music when I'm being annoyed. And I don't mind looking at people dance. I don't mind going in the other room to just be there to support Belle and Podcast and the DitchCon thing that she does. That's why I'm there. I'm showing support. But me personally, I have to sit down. And I'm not going to sit down where the music is loud because sometimes I want to communicate with other people while supporting things. So the other room, you can hear the music still, but the wall is a good counter to sound. It muffles the music, if that makes sense. It's still loud, but not as loud as it was at BlizzCon 2017. I had to get out of there. That was very loud in that sit-down room. And plus two, it's Halloween. Belle had her decorations up, and she felt that they were messed up, so she turned off the light so it can hide the airs. Whatever. It's artists. If you draw, I know how to draw pictures, and when I'm drawing, I see an error, I try to hide it. We're only going to catch the flaw, but no one else is going to catch that flaw because they're going to think it's a great piece of work. It's only us, the artist, is going to catch the error. You know what I mean? So it's understandable that she turns the light off because she can see the flaws in all her props. Can't believe I had the brain and the wording to actually say prop. Wow. So DitchCon was really great. So I'm in the other room so I could sit down and just relax, talk with people. I was trying to find Cashbringer. He's in the guild. Writers of Rohan on Argent Dawn. So I was trying to find him. Ran into Sketch, which was really awesome. The only thing I don't like is Halloween. Because, you know, it was really cool, the DitchCon, the Hallows Eve event from World of Warcraft. That is Belle. That is the entire thing, how she put that together was 2 thumbs up. I love it. My thing is, if I'm meeting people and they're in costume, I don't know what they look like. So I met Sketch, but I didn't meet him because he was in costume. It fit for the event, but I was thinking to myself, ooh, wow, yeah, I'm going to have a difficult time because now I got to try to picture him without the Halloween outfit. That's going to be very difficult to do. So I want to meet Sketch again at BlizzCon 2019 when it's not Halloween. But it was perfect because I felt like a World of Warcraft event, DitchCon, because a Hallows Eve was going on, and we have this Halloween event at DitchCon. It was a 10. I that was the best party I've been to. It topped the other years because it was like a World of Warcraft theme. So now Belle is just like me, just like Chris Metzen. So now she's probably thinking BlizzCon 2019, how can she outdo last year's DitchCon? Just don't. Just don't. Just do whatever. But I think they're going to get in a bigger room. From BlizzCon 2017, I felt claustrophobic. And BlizzCon 2018, definitely claustrophobic. So I can foresee being in a bigger room. My only thing is, just my opinion doesn't matter here, is if it's one straight room and you have the DJ, if I sit down and there's no soundproof to block and muffle the sound, I can't sit and communicate and talk with people. I'm just going to be leaving, come back in, leave out, come back in, leave out. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing for BlizzCon 2019. Nothing wrong with it. It needs to be in a bigger room. To be quite honest, it's people were lining up early. I was part of the people lining up. And some of us were jokingly getting mad because the doors didn't open at 8. Belle was probably was panicking inside there going, oh my God, there's people outside. Of course there is. People that the community funded this event. They're going to be out there. It's not like we're going to fund it and no one's going to show up. That'd be really jacked up. So, but it's Belle, Podcast, DitchCon. Everyone's going to show up for that. Well, not everyone. Most of everyone's going to show up for it. So, at the end of the night, me and my sister, we were going to leave. This is about, I think, 10 o'clock. Or it's about 9:30ish. I told Misty, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around the Hilton area again and just say bye to people that we ran into during the day and say hi to the people that we haven't seen. Now, I said hello to one person that always believes BlizzCon is nothing if Bod isn't there. She always tells me this every year. I couldn't get her to say hi at all. That was a real, I mean, if you just did a wave, I got the most dirtiest look. I was like, oh, so-and-so, hi. Because I couldn't get any closer, but it was probably the only time I'm going to see him. Someone that you see all the time. I was like, hey, what's up? I was given the look like, what the hell are you doing here? Who are you? Don't talk to me. Just walked on. We're friends on Real ID. We're friends on social media. We're not now because I purged the individual out. I cleaned them out. That really was one of the stab in the heart type deals. I'm like, wow. So that's what you think of me now. I'm a jerk. I'm an asshole. I'm not liked. The message that I was given a message before BlizzCon that a lot of people don't like me. They just tolerate me because it's BlizzCon. That's why people want you around, because they don't want to make you feel bad. They don't know how to be honest with you that they don't like you. And I get it. Not everyone's going to like you. But the people that I thought liked me didn't. That was my theme for BlizzCon 2018. A lot of people that I thought wanted to be friends, they aren't. True colors came out at BlizzCon 2018 when I showed up unannounced. I guess people wasn't mentally prepared to say hi to me or have me be around them. But yet, no one can tell me what it is that I have done wrong to be hated by them when I thought they liked me. I understand that people don't like you; they just don't like you. I get that part. I'm talking about those who pretend to like you and don't. That's what I'm referring to. And it's like, what? Can't you just tell me? Can't you just be like me? I don't want to be around you. I don't like you. I mean, just straight up, just tell me, what did I do wrong? I'm all about trying to change. They can't find nothing because there is nothing. That's the theme. People create reasons. And it's like, geez, man, stop wasting my time making me think that I actually had friends when I didn't. So I wanted to run into Grand Nagus. He's part of the CTR Guild. And we finally did. Misty did. I had to use the restroom. It was just bad timing. He had an extra bed in his hotel. What me and my sister were going to do, we were going to go to the car. We were asking people if they had extra bed, we will help with the cost or whatever. Nope. Which is understandable because it's last minute type deal. So we gave up when we left DitchCon. So Misty, I guess, said that, hey, we're going to the car. We were going to go to the car, drive to the rest stop, rest there. Someone had a room in a hotel, and they told me and my sister that, hey, you guys can use our shower, man, to clean up. And it wasn't going to take us that long. We would clean up, boom, we'll be good to go. So we had that option. And we were going to use the option because we were going to go to the car stop and rest. And then during this whole time, I'm thinking, well, Friday morning, I want to be one of the first line people. I like to be there early in the morning. And I was thinking, I don't think this is going to happen to be first in line this year. Because I wanted to be in the Overwatch arena. I wasn't going to go to the Mythic stage. So I wasn't sure on how I was going to do all that. So we got to talking. So we went to the car at the Disney parking lot, drove to the Hilton, took Grand Nagus to the hotel. He talked with the front desk about where my sister can park her car. So we had the car parking situation solved. It's a non-issue now. All right, that works perfect. Now the microphone's going to pick up some sirens outside. If it does. Yeah. You know when you hear other sounds, it just breaks your train of thought for a few seconds? Yeah. That one did. At least it was one vehicle, not a whole bunch, back to back to back to back to back. Anyhow, so we drove to the hotel. We just rested, we just slept, and we just walked to the, and we took an Uber on Thursday. No, that was on Friday morning. So we walked to the Hilton on Thursday. Me and my sister did. Nagus was walking with us. He was going to do his thing, and we were going to do our thing there. And just started talking with people, and encountered some more of what I already encountered on Wednesday. I mean, just like, no. Hi, Bod. If that came to it, which none of it ever did. So, because they were too busy wanting to get away from me. When they saw me in the room, it's like, oh. Everything was fine beforehand until we made eye contact. When we made eye contact, it's quick exit and leave. So, got to speak to two guys and this one lady. I never seen them before. Can't remember if it was their first or second or third blizzcon, because we got into a conversation about other things. Me and the lady did. There's Angel in her name, Silent Angel or something. We're friends on the real ID. Maybe I should look at the real ID, right? Let's see here. Let me try to figure out. It was one of the most nicest people that I enjoyed having a conversation. The reason that I enjoyed the conversation, what's very clear is if a person talks about themselves, I want to listen. But she wanted to know about me. I actually got to share a story. I actually got to be a part of a conversation. I love those conversations. I get to talk and I get to listen. It happens both ways. And she was doing the same thing. I was like, I want to be friends with this person. Now I gotta find out. Silent Angel. Very cool, nice person. I was trying to find her at, I don't know if I just made that my, okay, I did. Anyhow, I was trying to find her. She was going to be dressed up in a diva outfit with the black dress, the black diva. I couldn't find her because I wanted to take a photo with her. And the guy that was around, a guy friend, he was going to be dressed up as the White Reaper. I could not find any of these two. And I was searching hard because I'd asked, well, where are you going to be at? They're going to be on the side where the trees are at. That's where I was walking up and down, trying to find, walked inside the building, walked around the water fountain, walked inside the Dark Moon Fair. Fail. But I had some conversations with them, and I was like, this is really great. This is really great. These people were great peeps. Especially her. She was really outstanding. So, got to have that conversation with them, and I don't know. I was just basically just burning off time. Normally, I leave the Hilton, I go outside the water fountain and come back. I really wasn't feeling that green wall, the security fence. When that security fence was up, it was like, it was forcing, to me, it forced people to be in one area. So it like forced me to stay in the Hilton, okay? And I was like, ooh, people who have anxiety issues with communication, they're going to be forced to be in one area, or otherwise they're going to spend time back at the hotel. So got to run into Kitty. That was great. I loved talking to her. He was doing things. I ran into him. Stone, DitchCon. Not Belle's party, even though Belle, that's her party, but the Hilton, the bartenders, apparently the bartenders don't know how to make drinks. I don't drink alcohol, so it doesn't affect me personally, but Stone sat at my table, and something just told me he needed to get something off his chest. I thought he was mad at me, because he had that look. And I recognized that look. But I waited a few seconds. I'm like, no, I said hello to him. He said hello back. He wasn't uncomfortable around me. He likes being around me. So he's not mad at me. He's going to vent about something. So we sat down at the table and he was going off on the bartender. Wow. Because the DitchCon, if you were a backer, there's a legendary bracelet. This legendary bracelet has these little notches on them. You take the little notch off, you give it to the bartender, and that little notch is like a tab for Bell to pay. Okay, so all these little things on these things on your wrist, you take it off, you give it to the bartender, you walk away with your drink, and this little glass has these little tabs, and the bartender tells Bell you need to pay $5 a tab. That's in the glass. So she pays right. I don't know how she does all that stuff. I never got to help on the breakdown. I wish I was there to help on that. I would love to help out on the party. Not going to be that lucky, but that's how I was taking it with these little these things on your wrist. And I'm pretty sure you're going to type in the comments what it is. Thank you. Doesn't help me this second. That helps me later on. I'll know what it is then. I just got to get the mouth and my brain. I got brain damage. So typing it out ain't going to even help me even if it was right now. If I was live streaming this, it won't help. It's got to get that connection. You know what I mean? When we got brain damage, there's no connection there. You guys know everything. Just kidding. So anyhow, he came over and he was venting. So I'm like, okay, that's he's not mad at me. It had that look, but it wasn't directed to me. You gotta read the whole thing. So I analyzed. Everything was cool. I didn't say anything wrong to him or about him. So everything was good. He was there to vent, and he was. Ran into Turwinkle. Oh my God, I ran into that guy several times, and it was really great. I see him as the Swiftie of the role-playing community. He would probably chuckle and laugh, but seriously, when we have this is relating to the Moonguard server. If you are thinking Goldshire, kindly please exit the video and go somewhere else. I don't want you to watch this. I can defend the role-playing community. I understand why they would be upset with things because I see things from their perspective now. Moonguard is not Goldshire. Moonguard or roleplay is not erotic roleplay, which is ERP. You guys making these jokes about it need to shut up. You need to stop. Moonguard is not a server, it's a community. If you disagree, perhaps maybe you should actually leave Goldshire for once. Maybe you should use some common sense for once. Maybe you should, I'm getting defensive. And I rightfully so need to be defending because Moonguard and Rimrust Accord servers are great communities. So this ERP Goldshire stuff, get off my video. Unsubscribe. I don't want anything to do with you. Get away from me. We're not going to be friends? Great. I'd rather be friends with the RP community than with people who are in the gaming community because the RP community has more respect than the gaming community. They're not toxic. So when I saw Turwinkle, I geeked out. This guy is the Swiftie on Moonguard. When Turwinkle shows up, the guilds, they all stop. And when I say guilds, your entire server cannot compete against the community of Moonguard or Rimrust Accord. You guys can't throw anything down on your server. You can't do anything. You don't have the capabilities or the guts to do so. You can't have 1,000 guilds all coming together to call the Tournament of the Ages. Oh, no, what is that? It's a community event. Yeah, a server event. You have so many guilds. I was this past year. I counted 1,000 guilds that was out there. Now I'm walking around. I'm writing down names of guilds for the Alliance, and I got 1,000 names. And it's an amazing feature. And when Turwinkle shows up, a lot of people don't stand on top of him like they do with Swifty. When Turwinkle is walking around, the respect. I mean, I just watch from a distance, and I click on people that's around, and they all inspect. And then I whisper, I'm like, "What do you guys think when you see Turwinkle?" They're like, "Oh my god, I took snapshots, dude." And I do the same thing. I go right beside him. I take screenshots when he's AFK, and what I do, and I told Turwinkle this, is that when I see you on your mage, I wave and I run. It's like a tag wave. So I'm trying to make him go, where's he at? I can't find him. I took off, man. And I messed up one time. I accidentally kept him on my target screen. You know, when you click on someone, boom, they show up on your screen. I waved and ran. Well, he just clicks. He sees his name and he sees the character right there. Boom, he clicks it. It was my character and he waved at me. I'm like, he got me. I got tagged. Man, it's fun. The Moonguard community is great. Oh my God, the Tournament of the Ages. I'm really disappointed I did not meet Dravi. She does the breast cancer run and the troll run. And she was there and I didn't get to see her. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't get to run into her. She was there and I didn't get to run. I was so disappointed not running into her. That was bothering me. There were people that I wanted to see and I didn't get to see. And I was like, oh no. But I got to see Turwinkle a lot. Man, I was geeking out on that guy. I heard that Stone was doing a live podcast from his hotel. And I wanted to watch that. I wanted to be a part of that. I don't know if he had to be a part of his community somehow, or if he was just letting his friends hang out. I'm not sure. So the way I might word it may come off wrong, so I'm not going to word it at all. Because I don't know. I wanted to know when he was going to do that because I wanted to learn from him. I wanted to learn from the best. And if Stone does happen to watch this, and he ain't going to watch this, Turwinkle ain't going to watch it, none of these people are going to watch this. So a year from now, they might come across this. What, Bot actually thinks I'm amazing? Yeah, dude. Just suck it up. Suck it up, Stone. Every time I watch your podcast on the stream, I have to get out of your stream and do Iron Man. I get so pumped up to do it, it's not even funny. And that's a compliment. I'm not saying that his show is boring. Is I don't like leveling. I hate leveling. But when I watch his podcast, I'm inspired. I have to do an Iron Man because I want to show support for him. And this is the first time that I actually went to his website to put my character in. The other times I didn't. The highest level I got was 15. Now I'm at level, I want to say 17. Because there's a ranking system. I call it a rank system. And when you do it on a server, mine is on Arthas, I'm trying to be number 1 on there. I have to be level 20 to beat the level 19 character that's on there. Because I was like 8th, because hardly anyone on Arthas server was doing the Iron Man. So I'm like, oh, okay. I got the chance to be number 1. Whoop, whoop. Which is cool. I get to level 20, I'm number 1. I'm going to continue leveling. I'm going to see how far up I would go. And the rules are real simple on that. Just go to the website, whatever. And I want to talk about the Iron Man challenge. That's a whole nother video. So Thursday, the con before the storm, we're going up there. I got to meet Jennifer Brooks. Jennifer, she does some cosplay stuff. Her and Misty hit it off as friends. And I think me and Jennifer hit it off as friends through the use of my sister. So I used my sister, or leached from my sister, to be friends with someone. I'm kidding. She would laugh at that. So would my sister. Like, oh, no, you didn't. Just shut up. So Laura, who does the D&D stuff on Twitch, been following her on Twitter for a couple years now. I finally got to meet her, and been wanting to tell her about Dungeons and Dragons. That's how Bodconian was created from D&D 3rd edition. It's now 5th edition, and I know everything has totally changed, so I haven't seen the rules so I can learn from it. I totally forgot to subscribe to her YouTube channel. Oh my god. So I got to watch her videos. I just never clicked on the button and been watching her on the streams. I lurk. I'm like, I don't know what to say in a conversation because when it comes to D&D, I take it serious because D&D was what I used to help me out of my depression. I mean, I take everything serious, but there's certain things that I take extremely serious, and D&D is one of those because D&D is what I used to get out of my depression. And when I create my characters through the 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons, and I role played them, and some of them stayed alive, some of them died. The ones that stayed alive are attached to me to this day: Bodconian, Shadowstar, Blackstar, Evriel, Dawnborn, very small list, or Commander Vashan. Those characters I role played, and they're all connected. And those characters was used to get me out of my depression. So I protect them a lot, and she is into D&D big time. I just wanted to share that with her, and it was great to finally share it with her. And I got to see her a lot, so I was like geeking out every time I saw her. So, and what's really cool about BlizzCon is some of the people that are streamers, some YouTubers, they don't see themselves as celebrities. It's a dirty word. They see themselves just as regular people. But I still geek out when I see him. When I see Blarg in his outfit, dude, I was geeking out. He doesn't see himself as famous. I do. He walked the stage. I didn't. Little Sparks, Bajura, they don't see themselves, or Tali doesn't. They don't see themselves as big. So they got a media pass. Whoopee. It's a BlizzCon badge. That's how they see it. And seeing Tali, getting to say hi to him, it's a little tradition thing. Hanging out with Bajura. Sure, when he's on stream, I may type something out or donate or something, or log into the guild. He may not recognize the name, but when I go there to BlizzCon, he recognizes my face. So does his wife. And that's great. Michelle Morrow, same thing. Got to meet the Overwatch League casters. My God, when I wanted a photo, these guys acted a fool. It was one of my best favorite photos is with the Overwatch League casters. They were pulling everybody in. I'm like, I only wanted one photo. I got an army of photos. Okay, let's do this. They were excited. I loved it. And I watched the Overwatch League Season 1. So, yeah, a lot of their faces I recognized because of that. And I watched the Season 1 because of the casters. They are hilarious. They're entertaining. And I'm like, I like playing Overwatch, so win-win. Plus, too, you get that token I think it's every 30 minutes. When you watch, you get a token, and 100 tokens, you get a skin. So it's like win-win. I get a free skin in Overwatch by watching the Overwatch League, and the casters are amazing. So it's a win across the board. So I got photos with those guys. That was the best. Some people, though, I saw at the Calm Before the Storm. Here I go. I'm going into the trickle-down negative effect. I thought the one person, maybe because they were busy the other day, no. They would stop and say hi to other people, but when my sister walked up to say hi, I was like, just walk around. Everything's going to be good. Peace. But they will stop, and I watched. They stopped and chatted with random people. But those random people are people that they know and people that they love. So that's how I knew during the calm before the storm that this person doesn't like us, doesn't even like me. So, well, our friendship is definitely over now. Wow. Okay, I'm kicked to the curb. But there was so much positive that took away from that negative. So that was really cool. The calm before the storm to me was one of my favorites in the setting and the environment. DitchCon was the best when it came to music. Hilton, you need to learn how to do this. Stop playing your darn music inside the place because it doesn't work. And I noticed a lot of people didn't want to hang out where the DJ was. A lot of people were talking about that. The fountain was starting to pack in with a lot of people, which was good because the atmosphere, the air outside was great. Um, so to hang out with me, if people want to hang out with me at BlizzCon, on Friday and Saturday, I will be at the Fountain or the Marriott. I'm not hanging out in the Hilton. I'm done with the Hilton with the DJ. I'm done with it. I don't care what people say. I don't care how many developers you met. That's great. I don't care who you hung out with inside the Hilton on Friday and Saturday night when the DJ is playing. That's great. I won't be in there. I'm going to hang out with some developers and some voice actors, the people who do the voices of characters in a lot of games. Also hang out at the Hilton. Sure, they hang out at the Hilton. Sure, they hang out where the DJ is, but some of them hang out at the Marriott. Some of them hang out outside at the water fountain. Some of them want to be at the food trucks because, as they say, the music is too loud. We can't communicate with people. They want to talk with people. And I want to talk with people. I'm not there to listen to music. I'm there to want to talk to my friends. I can't talk to you and scream loud enough to hear me because I can't because the DJ is playing EDM music. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be at the Marriott. You might like it. That's great for you. I'm proud of you. You just know you ain't going to be hanging with me when the DJ is there. Bottom line, I don't care how much you like it. I don't drink. I'm there at BlizzCon to hang out with my friends outside of the convention center. I want to listen to my friends talk. They got important things to share. I can't do that with music. Change my mind. Not going to happen. Can't believe I got to get into that little rant about it. And I'm freaking annoyed with this stupid crap. The DJ's got to freaking go. It wasn't there at BlizzCon 2014. And I was hanging out at the Hilton and got to talk with a lot of my friends. A lot of friends that I met my first time. The Purple Tail guy, Evan, Saps. Hello. Done at the Hilton in the evening on Friday and Saturday night. The only thing that was loud was a whole bunch of people talking. I enjoyed it. I guess the Hilton is trying to push everybody out. And that number is starting to dwindle of people wanting to hang out in there because of the DJ. That's starting to dwindle down fast. So, the opening ceremony, what me and my sister did, I told my sister, I'm like, since we're winging the whole BlizzCon, let's show up late. Let's not do the opening line. So we got there about 9:30, 10 o'clock, way at the back. And we finally got in. It was actually really decent. It felt like a casual Saturday stroll walking in. Then we went into the Overwatch arena. I thought was going to be filled up. Man, we got great seats. Virtual ticket holders are not convinced that BlizzCon is good to do $50 for. A lot of my friends who do only virtual tickets are not doing virtual tickets no more after this one. And I get it. I really do get it. And a lot of my friends that do virtual ticket that want to go to BlizzCon are convinced not to go into BlizzCon because of the virtual ticket. I can't argue with them. But What the virtual tickets don't offer is the friends that you make, the family that you get in the atmosphere there. Of course, my video, you watching this and be like, dude, you had bad experiences. Look, these are people that I was talking to through the years. Eventually, after a while, they don't want to be around you. That's the reality. You go to work, people pretend, hey, I'm glad to see you. You want to hang out? No. That's what it's like. It was like a working relationship. You know, they forced obligated to say hi. That hardly happens to a lot of people. And a lot of my regular friends wasn't there. And a lot of my friends, you know, that was there, that were my real friends, I got to say hi, we got to conversate, they were excited to see me. The ones that weren't excited to see me, yeah, they were, I was disappointed in that. I was really let down in that. So, I don't know. The Overwatch, USA, you're an embarrassment, dude. That team was an embarrassment. Shanghai Dragons played better than the USA team. Want to know why? Because when they're going in to take the point, what does the whole entire team do? They go after the kills. But they're not on the objective. UK is so far winning. This kid sitting behind me was like, well, right, he was telling his dad, who did not understand Overwatch. The kid was telling his dad, well, USA is winning right now. I turn around, look at the kid, I'm like, no, they're not. No one's on the objective. No one's on the point. There's no follow through. USA is getting cocky by going after kills. UK is going to win if the USA keeps playing like this. That was in the first 5 minutes. And so the father was asking me, he's like, so you think the USA is going to lose? I'm like, the way they're playing, USA is probably going to be getting 1 point, and UK is going to get 4. It's game over. UK just won and beat the USA in this title thing. The kid was like, well, you don't know. I do know. You don't go get kills in Overwatch. You need to take the objective. It's okay to make the enemy team run. Don't go after them. Go back. Sometimes getting the kill in Overwatch does not grant you the victories because USA had a lot of kills. That's right. Their kills equals a loss. UK beat the United States. Why? Because the UK had followed through. They had someone on the objective, someone on the point, capturing, doing what Overwatch was intended to do. USA played like a bronze team. I know. I'm bronze. I'm a ranked bronze player. I seen bronze games that I was in much more organized and coordinated than the USA team. You guys on that stage was an embarrassment. I will say Zachary's was the only one who wanted to play, who showed up to play. Muma playing Winston, dude, why did the coach leave you in there? They should have sat you out. In the league for Houston Outlaws, Muma was good. In the USA, I'm sorry. And I'm not a fan of XQC, but XQC played much better than you do because you sucked. They all did. I would be embarrassed if I was an Overwatch League team organist, GM, and you were coming in. You're not starting until you learn how to play the game. You cover the basics, then I'll let you play. I'll let you go out on the stage for season 2. Because you guys were as a total, complete embarrassment. Complete embarrassment. That was the USA's best. USA did better at BlizzCon 2017 than BlizzCon 2018. Shanghai Dragons could defeat the USA team. Anybody could defeat them because they sucked. I was embarrassed. I left after that first match, and I wanted to see a whole bunch more matches in the USA thing. I'm like, this is an embarrassment. I'm out of here. I don't want to sit here and watch. I don't want to watch no more. What a complete joke. So me and my sister left, and we went to the PvP World of Warcraft, and we stayed there all day at the PvP. That's all we did was Overwatch and PvP. Time flew fast. That was the first time being at BlizzCon. That time flew by. Opening ceremony, that's a whole different video. Diablo, Immortal. Biggest fail. No wonder $10 billion loss for Activision Blizzard. Someone said that all the people who booed at the Q&A, they should have been removed. Yeah, you're trying to make sales of the virtual ticket. You're going to see 95% empty seats. You know how stupid that comment is? You're trying to do marketing and sales? No. You have every right on your podcast to talk about things. They have every right to speak out. If you have every right to go on your video and record you talking about your opinion, they have every right to go up and say, is this an out of April Fool's joke? Made total sense. Did not disrespect or made fun of developers. Is this game ever going to come out on PC, or is it going to stay on cell phone forever? Every right to say that. Y'all need to shut the hell up. If you have an opinion, they have an opinion. Why does your opinion matter? You weren't there, so your opinion is actually not valid. You're not part of the Diablo community. Your opinion is not valid. You didn't know there was boos. I didn't know there were boos. So my opinion is not valid. Like your opinion is not valid. Talking about we should remove the people because they booed. Shut up. You need to be removed. Someone needs to strip you of your badge. Because your opinion, why does your opinion matter? Oh, because you're big in your community? The fans made you big in the community, not you. I had to encounter these things at BlizzCon. I'm like, what a joke. And I'm not talking about the people booing. I'm talking about the people who are against those people booing. You're a joke. They have every right. And that's a whole different video where I'm going to talk about that later. Trust me, that needs to be discussed on the mobile phone thing and why people were upset. But BlizzCon and all, inside, when we went to the Hearthstone area, what an embarrassment. There was an actual match going on, and there were 5 people sitting. The walls were empty. BlizzCon 2017 Hearthstone, BlizzCon 2016 Hearthstone, it felt like a tavern. This is the first year, Blizzard did not care. When we walked the convention floor, I told my sister, I'm like, there's so much wasted space. BlizzCon 2014, 2015, and 2016 and 2017 felt like there was a lot of people and hardly any room to walk. This year, too much open space. And leaving the mythic stage, the security, bottlenecking everyone up into one exit, stupid. Who came up with that dumbass idea, bottlenecking everyone into one area? Totally unsafe. God forbid something was to happen. That could have potentially happened. There were loopholes in the security. On Saturday, I had to remove my hat, but on Friday, I didn't have to. I could have had anything in my hat. My hat was okay to be worn. My pins on my hat didn't make the metal detector go off. I was like, there's loopholes. Oh my God, there's loopholes. My sister's in the other detector, and it detects her metal lanyard that was hanging her badge, but it doesn't detect my pins. All right. It's basically going with the motion. And so, I don't know, it felt like you were forced to be in 2 areas. Either you're going to be at the Hilton all day, or you're going to be at the convention all day because of that security thing. But there were a lot of cool things. I mean, got to hang out with the CTR Guild. There was this march of cosplayers, the Ebon Blade Project. Oh my God, that was so awesome. We didn't know what was going to happen. Barth and his girlfriend Silverbolt, they're going to have a march. There's like a parade coming. I'm like, there is? With what? And so we stood there and they were walking by and I was like, oh wow. Oh, and I thought someone looked like Jessica in that march. Could have swore Jessica Nagari was in that walk. So I think I think she was in that. Not really sure, but it was really awesome. I missed the marching of the Murlocs. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. The cosplay photo shoot. Half the people that wanted to be in that photo shot was still in line to get in through the metal detectors. I heard about the cosplay night. There was maybe one cool positive comment, but I heard like 25, 30 negative things. This was going on when I was there. They're like so disappointing. One person was walking the stage for the first time. She's never doing it again. It was an embarrassment. She was hurt. She was let down. That whole year putting into her outfit to be cut down and seeing her friends getting cut down because they were getting the names wrong, the jokes were off. Calling someone a MILF, she said. I was like, oh my God, come on. Can we get something cool and positive? The Dark Moon Fair area is the most chilled, laid back, and that was packed in. The Dark Moon Fair is going to be the go-to now. I can see that. That's where everyone's hanging out at. The pin trading area, that's the place to be. I'm like, this is where I want to be at. I don't want to go anywhere else. The Dark Moon Fair now owns BlizzCon. If you want to do the BlizzCon hype, but you want to be chilled and relaxed and hanging out with friends, Dark Moon Fair. Of course, if the Hilton had it their way, there'll be a DJ in there. So, the demo area for the Immortal Switch, dead. Every time I walked up in there, dead. There were more people for the Overwatch. There were a lot of people for the Warcraft because of Warcraft 3 Reforged. Dude, I'm not a fan of RTS games, but I'm playing the Reforged. I'm gonna be playing it. I love the new graphics. I love how it's set up. I don't like the old graphics. I don't care. I'm not gonna play the old graphics. Sue me. Didn't like the RTS game. It didn't cause me to play Warcraft. This one will. I'm hyped for the RTS Warcraft 3 Reforged. I'm hyped for it. Of course, I didn't buy the virtual ticket when I came back home. Why? Why? Why am I going to spend $50? I don't care if there's a mount in game, which requires you to purchase the virtual ticket. I won't. Granted, the Warcraft 3 is really cool and all, but that mount, it requires you getting the virtual ticket. No, I'm not getting the virtual ticket. Sorry, not going to do it. The virtual ticket's not worth it. After all the stuff that I saw, and I'm not talking about the stupid opening ceremony. I'm not talking about there was no World of Warcraft announcement. There was some errors and some bugs that was going on that I caught at other panels and other games that other people want to watch that don't care about Warcraft at all. Ended up watching 2017 virtual ticket because it snapped to the 2017 year and not with the current panel. A lot of people were talking about that. They were ticked off. And I saw that. And I was like, I'm not getting a virtual ticket when I go back home. You ain't worth it. Ain't going to happen. That was after Saturday. But I got to be with Huge Bloke. He likes to hide on Fridays or on Wednesday and Thursday. It's like Look, I'm trying to hang out with you, man. We're here. You run, you hide all night. We want to be with you on Wednesday, dude. Come on. I'm like, I was asking his friends. I'm like, will you get huge bloke down to this freaking hotel? I want to see him. He traveled from Australia to hang at the hotel in his room. Just kidding. I love the guy. It's like, damn it, get out of your hotel room and come down. Come on. Define Club Tito's. The con for the people. Oh, was there a sound that came through? Or that was probably me. I don't even hear myself echo in my headphones. Live. We're not live. I'm not going to edit all that stuff out. But, so, then you had the 3 concerts that was happening that night. But, me and my sister, we thought about it. We go back to work on Monday. I didn't want to be in the car on Sunday, on the drive there. I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, what if we leave now? Excuse me. Only happens when I talk. What if we leave now? It's about 3:30. Get in the car about 4:30. We head back. It'll be about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night when we get back home. So we did that, and so we left. We didn't look for our friends to say bye. The only one we did was Huge Bloke, and I'm glad we did because he had a book that he wanted us to sign. Couldn't find Fletcher. Oh, Fletcher's a cool guy. I give him a hard time wearing his Method jersey all the time. He's really cool. Me and him are Method fans. Lucky him, he's got one of their official jerseys, but he wants his name on the back. It's a really cool guy. I like hanging out with him. But the highway system. We were going to take 10 to 91, which is 215 eventually. Then take it to Catalina Boulevard to Disneyland parking lot. Well, we got on 10. We were looking for 91. I did see the 215, and I was thinking, well, what if we just take the 215? And Misty's like, no, 91 will show up on the highway. They're supposed to. They always do. So we kept driving. We wound up in East Los Angeles because I decided to look at the map. I'm like, we're not supposed to be this far. Something tells me we should be there at the hotel right now, hanging out at the Hilton. So I got on the phone and I looked at the map and I'm like, Misty, I had to pull land navigation because Highway 91 does not exist. So I had her take other highway roads to get back on the 215. And now Highway 91 exists, but it doesn't want to exist if you go take 10 going west. 91 doesn't exist. But if you take like the 606 or something, you see 91 showing up on the signs. Boy, my sister was pissed off. Now you show this stuff? You couldn't show it before? So on the way back home, I counted 3 highways. The 3rd highway we need to take to get back home, which was 95 and 91. All right? That's what it showed on the map. That's what it shows on the GPS. It's actually 55. So I was begging to my sister, would you please get gas in the car before we get on the highway? Because there's no exits that we simply can go off on. So she finally did, just to shut me up, and I'm glad she did because there would have been no way putting gas in the car had we done it her way. So we took Catalina Boulevard. We went to the gas station. She filled it up to shut me up, and we drove out. And there's 55, and we're coming up to a light. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not trusting this. That's the third highway. We're supposed to take that third one. And I told her, Misty, take a U-turn, get on the 55. It was supposed to be 95 and 91. It's not. It's 55. I'm like, this is BS. Because 55 eventually turns into 215. And so we decided to get off on the 215 that leads into 10 because it's a blue national highway. The junction highways in California are retarded. They're stupid. They need to learn how to put up actual signs. And so, because 55 didn't exist on our map, it was 95 and 91 that did. Off of Catalina Boulevard, it goes into 215, which was the road we were supposed to take heading in. So we know that next year. So we're going to take the 215 from now on, which is 55, 95, and 91. So other than that, we got home about 9 p.m. right after the ending of the music and whatnot. And we didn't say bye to anyone else. We just went to Huge Bloke, told him that we were leaving. We head back. I'm thinking there are some people there that would like to say bye to me, but they're probably all scatterbrained into the convention center. Rightfully so. I mean, that's what they spent the money for. So we headed on back. That was the BlizzCon in general. So some of that I'll have to save for another time. And now I'm going to get ready to change up the ending of the podcast, and I don't know how to do that. So I'll talk to you guys at another time later on, and peace. I messed up. Let's do the ending all over again, shall we? I messed that up. We're keeping that. That's not going to be edited out. But y'all have a good evening.
Finally, what everyone's been waiting for, the ending of the show. You can wake up now. If you like or dislike, please click on the thumbs. Leave a comment or subscribe if you want more of this boring wannabe podcast. Music by Blizzard Entertainment, and the voice character background is from Blizzard Entertainment. Not to be taken copyright stuff. Not on purpose. I'm sorry if it does. And if you're hurt, I do apologize. The tissue is in the cleaning aisle.